Tonight on Bridge City News, the federal government has decided to send some troops with air support to eastern Newfoundland to assist them in digging their way out of Friday's record-setting snowstorm. Before leaving town for a 7-game road trip, the Lethbridge Hurricanes took some time today to play a bit of street hockey with hundreds of enthusiastic youngsters. And SpaceX destroys one of its rockets on purpose as it practiced an emergency escape with the crew capsule.
Your nation, your province, your southern Alberta. From the heart of Lethbridge, it's Bridge City News with Paul Arthur.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The winter weather finally cooperated today for the Lethbridge Hurricanes street hockey game hosted by the Copperwood community on the west side. Hundreds of youngsters came out to not only get some autographs, but to actually play alongside the WHL team. The Canes players seem to be having fun too.
We don't get to spend time with all the fans, other than signing. But, it's good. Just come out here and just have some fun with the kids, I think it's really great. Just being able to, give back to the community. Yeah, it's exciting, You look up to the players growing up, and to play with them, it's an unreal experience, for sure.
I went to the Friday hockey game, and that was a blast, but to actually meet them, that's cool.
I've always dreamed of playing with Hurricanes and meeting them.
Yeah, it's really fun. A little chaotic because there's a lot of people, but yeah, it's fun hitting the puck around and try to get some goals and try to be a good teammate and pass nicely. Yeah, it's fun.
The Canes will be heading off for an extended 7-game road trip this week and won't be back at the NMAC Centre until February 8th when they take on Prince Albert. The Chess for Life program at the University of Lethbridge has received a welcome donation of $8,300 from the Lethbridge chapter of 100 Women Who Care. Chess for Life is a unique program that offers the opportunity for young people to learn to play chess as an alternative sentence for young offenders in the criminal justice system. It teaches them to think ahead and to evaluate what consequences may happen from decisions they make. The U of L's Dr. Lance Grigg is also working with the Lethbridge Correctional Centre to establish a similar chess program there. Scientists at the University of Waterloo have published new papers that question previous studies about Wood Buffalo National Park, which say the park is drying out from upstream hydro dams or being contaminated by oil sands. But researchers say recent analysis of 150 years' worth of sediment cores suggests drying in the delta is more likely to have been caused by a river breaking its banks and redirected water. The same cores reveal no increase in 6 heavy metals commonly linked to the oil sands. Ontario's elementary school teachers have announced a 4th one-day strike. The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario says the strike will take place on Thursday. The job action is in addition to one-day strikes at several school boards scheduled from Monday to Wednesday. All 4 major teacher unions in Ontario are staging illegal job actions as contract talks continue to stall with Doug Ford's government. It will be a while before residents in eastern Newfoundland will be able to get back to normal after Friday's massive snowstorm. But help arrived today as the federal government announced a decision to send in some troops.
When it became apparent the impact that this particular weather event was going to have on that province and in those communities, we were out very quickly, and there has been very close collaboration and cooperation between ourselves and the Premier's office. We just got off the phone a few minutes ago with Premier Ball, and we're making sure that there is good close coordination to make sure that we give them and get the resources that they need and that they require.
What we've done so far is moved in very quickly a Cormorant helicopters with search and rescue personnel actually yesterday to making sure that we have additional support when it comes to supporting patients in hospitals or however they could actually assist. We had a recce party that left very quickly. And what you'll see is probably by the end of today, you'll have about 150 to 200 personnel on the ground ready to provide support. This could surge up to anywhere between 250 to 300 by tomorrow and the coming days. But keep in mind, a lot of the work that they will be doing is actually in close coordination with the experts at the Emergency Preparedness Center to making sure that these extra resources from the military are utilized properly, especially for the people who need it most. We also have two a Hercules aircraft already ready, providing support, and we moved in, I think, 1 or possibly 2 Griffin helicopters to provide support as well.
Over 76 centimeters of snow has fallen on the region, and the forecast is for another 15 centimeters yet to come. Canada is pressuring Iran to involve outside experts in the investigation into downed Ukrainian jetliner 752, amid signs that Iran is balking at turning over the flight data recorders. Foreign Affairs Minister Francois-Philippe Champagne has written to his Iranian counterpart to stress Canada's view that the black boxes should be sent quickly for analysis in either France or Ukraine.
Iran has a path to choose. Either they go to the path of transparency, accountability, and taking full responsibility. When you say to the world you take full responsibility, that comes with consequences. What I did say to the Iranian foreign minister is that the wish of Canada, the wish of the coordination group would be that the black box be sent quickly, either to Ukraine or to France. I've been made aware of the news report that you just mentioned, and I wrote this morning to my Iranian counterpart to stress again the wish of Canada, the wish of the coordination group, and I would think the wish of the international community that the black box be sent to where they should be sent, whether it's Ukraine, and I know France has offered to its expertise.
Meanwhile, the bodies of 11 Ukrainians who were killed on that flight have arrived in Ukraine for a farewell ceremony. The bodies were brought to Kiev's airport aboard a Ukrainian Air Force plane. An honor guard solemnly carried the coffins into the airport terminal, where a farewell observance took place. SpaceX completed the last big test of its crew capsule before launching astronauts in as little as 2 months, mimicking an emergency escape shortly after liftoff earlier today. No one was aboard for the wild ride in the skies above Cape Canaveral, just 2 mannequins. The rocket engines were deliberately shut down, and the booster tumbled out of control in a giant fireball as the crew capsule was safely propelled up and out of harm's way.
You know, anyone who has an adventurous bone in their body is going to be very excited about this, and I think it will help reinvigorate interest in space. It's remarkable to think that the last time that a crewed launch vehicle departed from the United States was, I believe, 2011 or thereabouts. So it's been almost a decade, which is remarkable, and so I think it'll be really profound to have that, it's kind of to be back in the saddle again and to be launching frequently with an astronaut crew. I think it's something that matters to all Americans and to people worldwide.
And with news from Buckingham Palace that Prince Harry and his wife Meghan will no longer be working royals or use the titles Royal Highness, Canadians are watching for the couple's next step, an expected part-time move to Canada as they move towards becoming private citizens, albeit still with the titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex. There are questions as to the public cost of their security during their part-time residence in Canada. The couple have said they will become financially independent and will no longer receive public funds, but a member of the Monarchist League of Canada says they will likely still have government security to protect them from being hounded by the press or the public. And the Toronto Blue Jays unveiled their new third jerseys on Saturday at Winterfest, an indoor celebration at Rogers Centre, with several of the team stars modeling the retro-looking baby blue uniforms for fans on stage.
I mean, just look at them. I mean, they pop. I mean, they definitely give a different feel to the Blue Jays, and I think it brings back a lot of history. There was a lot of good that happened in this color of jerseys, and it's good to bring it back.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix of what the Blue Jays were when they used to wear the baby blues, and now we're putting our own spin on it just for almost like a new era of baseball here in Toronto.
Why do you like this particular look?
Because I like the way my teammates look.
Recapping one of our top news stories, the federal government has decided to send some troops with air support to eastern Newfoundland to assist them in digging their way out of Friday's record-setting snowstorm. And a look at weekend weather. What a difference a Chinook can make. The warmer temperatures should stay with us this week. Clear skies overnight, dipping down to a low of -3. And then for tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud, and a southwest wind gusting from 30 to 50, and a high of +6. David and Colette Stephan have been in the news over the last number of years for allegedly not providing the necessaries of life for their toddler. Their last trial resulted in a victory. However, the Crown is now appealing that decision. Hal Roberts sat down with David Stephan to discuss this and the rights of parents versus the power of the state. That is straight ahead. But first, here's a look at what's happening in and around your community.
Here's your Bridge City News Community Calendar. Warm your hearts this season and come enjoy the Winter Light Festival at the Nikayuko Japanese Garden until January 31st. Gates are open from 6 to 9 p.m. Experience the illumination of over 100,000 lights decorating the beautifully shaped trees and garden. Admission is $9 for adults, $7 for kids ages 6 to 15, and various ticket packages are also available. For more information, visit nikayuko.com. Blankets for Canada Lethbridge meets Thursdays from 10 a.m. to noon at Southminster United Church. Share your knitting and crocheting skills to keep those who are in need in our community warm. Donations of yarn and financial gifts are greatly appreciated and can be dropped off at the church. For more information, visit blanketsforcanada.ca or call 403-329-6586. And that's your Bridge City News Community Calendar.